Welcome everybody. You're welcome back. Okay, this is our sample page, right? This is what we're trying to style, and this is what we still have here. Okay, so we don't have any styling yet. So let's get back to work. Okay, so here, this index page, I kind of added one or two classes in to some elements, so we can be able to target it on the CSS page very easily. Okay, I'm talking about this our div tag here, this tag that houses all this input field. I gave it a class of to do input grid, right? And also this one, the add button, I gave it this class of add to do button, so we can be able to style it. And also this div, this one that has empty information, this one that we injected from the HTML, from the JavaScript. I gave it this class name, so please just take note of that. So we can just go straight to the CSS and style our elements. So firstly, I'm going to target the body tag and give it the font family of area. All right, I guess that's the only thing I want to do here. And then I want to target this div tag, this one that houses all this input field, so we can just style it immediately. All right, so let's go. Is a class. Okay, but if you notice, actually, this our come on, this input field, this the div that actually targeted now actually houses all this input field with this add button. Okay, but then if you notice, we actually have this dish, wash dish, all these ones too. Like they kind of have the same styling with this our default, because see, the buttons are aligned and everything is aligned, so we can just target the two of them at once instead of giving them separate styling. Okay, with CSS comma separated, you can actually target as much elements as you want and style them at once. So let me target this our empty div 2, this our to do grid. Let me target it and style both of them at once. Don't forget it's also a class selector, so you need to like include that dot, and then I can actually just style them at once. Okay, firstly, you notice that this our sample project actually is, it looks more like a table format. Like, are you saying it? It has column and it has rows, right? So you can use table to style yours. You can also use flexbox, but I want to use grid because grid will actually make it more simpler and more faster. So the first thing I want to do is display, and I want to give it grid. And then I want to use the grid template styling. That's the grid template columns. How many columns do I want it to have? Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 columns. And then if you notice, this particular columns looks bigger, kind of, because we don't know how lengthy the to-do name that our user might want to give his or her to do. So we need to make this bigger. These two are kind of same size, and this looks smaller compared to this. So let's just style it. You can give it any styling of your choice. So I'm going to give the first column 200 pixel, give the second column 150 pixel, third column 150 pixel, and then 100 pixel the last column. I guess this look good. Let's control save and see what we have here. Let's see. Okay, now we have something like this. Not bad, not bad. And if you notice, this also came with the styling at once, so we can go ahead and then give you some spacing or something. Yes, because there's a gap here. If you notice, there's a gap here, and also there's a gap in between the rows. So we can call it don't know why I'm swiping left and right. You can give it column gap and row gap, something like this. Column gap, row gap. But then since we're actually targeting the two of them together, we can just call it gap and give it the same 10 pixels, so it's cut across all of them. Cut across all of them. So if you notice, there's a gap here now, and there's a gap in between this information, except there's no gap between the field, which is the div here, and this. All right, so let's style this input field, so we see the difference. Let's just style the input field right away. But then before then, let's just align these items to center, because they're kind of looking swingled to the left or something. Are you seeing what I'm saying? Like they are two at the left. So let's see if they can just come to somewhere here in the middle. So let's just give it align item. Oh no, I'm sorry guys. Align items. Let's just give it center. Oh, align items, center. Okay, I'm not really seeing any much difference, but I guess it does make a difference. Okay, let's see. Let's just design this input field first, and you can be able to have a proper visual look, a proper view of it. So let's just design the input field. But then if you check the input field, we have we give it a class of name input, date input, and time input. So let's just target that. let's just target that. I'm sorry, I don't know why I keep swapping left and right. Name input, right, comma, date dash input, comma. Oh, don't forget your dots, which is your class selector, please. Dots time dash input. So what we want to do here, we want to like give it some padding, so it will kind of come down a little and make it bigger or something. So they just give it padding. Let's give it padding of 6 pixels, so there'll be space in the box and the box will look bigger or something. And then let's give it font size, so whenever the user is entering something, it will be bold to some extent. Let's give it 15 pixels. Let's see what we have here. Okay, not bad, not bad. Are you seeing it? It's now much bolder. Yeah. Okay, but if you notice, this our add button is kind of swingled to one side, is looking smaller. That's because we gave it align. Oh, we gave it this align item center. Okay, by default, okay, when you're using grid template, actually the alignment of grid template is stretch. Yes, is stretch. So now we're specifying that it should be center because of this other div that we included, because of this to do grid, which is the empty grid that we included on this styling. If not, it's going to be like swingled to one side. So we kind of like style this. So we might need to target just this one and give it the default stretch grid alignment, right? So it's better that way. So let's just target it here. Sorry, Ctrl V. And then let's just give it align items. Let's make it stretch. That's the default, right? And also let's give it padding. I'm using margin bottom, so it will just give it space. Like if you notice, there's no space, right? We don't have space in between this and this, so let's just give it margin bottom, so it will just shift this ones down. Margin bottom. I don't know, let's just make it like 10 pixels, so it will not be too much. Let's see. Okay, awesome. I guess this one has much margin, but it's okay, it's cool. Like 10 pixels is fine. So we gave it 10 excuse me, we gave it 10 pixels, right? So it kind of pushed it to the and then this our add button is up a little. So let's style this add button so we can put color and also increase the font. It's looking kind of smaller. I don't know, I'm so sorry guys, I've been talking since, like I never knew this video is going to take this long. I'm so sorry. Okay, no, I want to just target the add button. So what do we give it? We give it add button. Okay, so let's just do this on time because it's gonna be noisy anytime soon. Okay, so we have this add button now, right? So we want to give it a background color of green, and then we also want to like give it a color, that's the font color, right? The text color of white, right? And then we'll say we want to give it what's it called, font size, so it will look bigger a little. Font size, let's make it the same size as that of the input field, right? Yeah, I guess it's okay, right? Let me control save it and see. Okay, now we have button here, we have border. We don't need this border, we don't need this border here, like this border, so we need to remove it and make it none or something. And if you notice, yes, because there's no border here, and if you notice on the click of this is actually like a pointer, like the cursor changes to a pointer, so we might need to do that. So here let's give it border none, and then cursor pointer. So let's save and see what we have here. Okay, awesome. I guess we have the same thing here. Okay, this is awesome. So let's style this button and see. I guess that's the next thing to do. Let's style it and see. Let's style these buttons and see. But then we actually got this button from our we got it from come on now, we got it from our JavaScript file. Okay, we got it from our JavaScript file. So this, let's style it and see. Don't forget, we actually injected it, so you won't have the class in that button. I'm so sorry guys. So the style is almost the same thing as that of the add button, just the color that will be like different. So let's make this dark red or dark something. Yeah, dark red is okay, and then everything should be almost the same thing. Make the color white, right? Make the font size, make the font size 15 pixel, right? but then let's give it padding button or something so that there'll be space. Once the user generates a to-do, there should be space in between the button. If not, it's going to look clumsy. There should be space. Let's give it padding button. Okay, let's give it both top and bottom. Padding bottom. Let's give it both top and bottom. 10 pixel. So let's also give it what's it called, cursor pointer. I guess we're okay, like we're done. Okay, the border, we have border here. Let's also remove the border. If not, we're going to like be faced with border. We have it none. I guess we're cool. Let's go to save and see what we have here. Okay, awesome. Okay, this look good. So I guess we're done with this. So let's see, and let's try and add something. Go shopping. Come here, pick a date. Come here, select time. Add. Yep, here it is. And then let's try to delete. Oh, the delete button is not working. What could be the problem? Okay. Okay. The delete button is not working. That should be from our JavaScript. What could be the problem? Slice. Oh, I'm so sorry. We did not really call this function. We need to call this function after we finish slicing it. After we finish slicing it, we need to call this render function. Okay, yeah, we need to call the render function. I guess that should be the problem. Let's see. Okay, awesome. So guys, enough of this tutorial already. Sorry, my voice is already aching. It's aching. This actually is not really what I expected. I never knew it was going to be this long, but please bear with me. I wish you watch it to the end, and I wish it actually you learn something in between. Please, if you do, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your comment, please. It really means a lot. Thank you very much for staying tuned. Do have a blessed day ahead.